everyone. Welcome back to my channel. Today I just wanted to talk about my experience with what could be called ego backlash. So I would say for about, it's probably been about a year solid that I've really been working at being more present, meditating, learning, but mostly kind of trying to undo like programming in my brain and replace that with just, honestly just thinking less. Just like, if any of you guys have heard of Eckhart Tolle, he's like, I don't know, he's amazing. He wrote The Power of Now. Definitely hands down my favorite book ever. And if I could recommend any book for everyone to read, it would be that one. But anyways, he really emphasizes the fact that most of the thinking that we do is very neurotic. We're always either living in the future, worrying, creating anxiety for ourselves, thinking the future is going to be better than the present moment, chasing, or living in the past, regret, shame, wishing we could change things. All of these things, they literally add nothing to our life, and they basically ruin the moment that you're actually living right now. And it's like, you're never not in the now. It's such a simple concept, but it's so powerful. So anyways, I've been really working on that, and it's crazy. It's been like a year basically, and I feel like I'm still like barely getting the hang of it. And I feel like that's how strong the pathways in your brain are, of just constantly living in the future, constantly living in the past. It's so, or just, labeling things, judging things in the present moment. Like, it's when you really learn to observe your thoughts and the way that your brain works. It's crazy. It's not helpful at all to you. It's horrible, actually. I mean, obviously, we're blessed to be able to think like we do. It brings about a lot of conveniences for us as humans. But basically, what we need to do is use our brains as a tool to plan for things, but like I said, not living in the future, not living in the past. Kind of just went on a little rant there. I forgot what I was talking about. But, so I was working on that stuff, and then kind of just figuring out who I am, who I want to be, what my purpose is here. And I was searching for that for like so long, years, just not knowing what I was supposed to be doing and feeling fucking horrible because I wanted to, I wanted to take steps in the right direction, but I didn't know which direction I was going into, so I kind of just gave up at a certain point. So I would say basically any time that I get to like a tipping point where I feel like I'm finally gaining a lot of traction on, being more present, being more conscious, learning more about myself, taking steps in the right direction, what happens is, you know, the old part of you, your ego that doesn't want to die, it kind of sneaks up on you and it will try to drag you back, because, I mean, essentially what you're doing is you're basically trying to kill a part of yourself. And that part of you doesn't want to die. And, you know, it's, the ego kind of serves as like a survival function for us, but, you know, once you're not scared of death, it's like, why the fuck do you need that, right? But anyways, so that shit will start fucking kicking and screaming, trying to drag you back because it doesn't want to die. And this can happen in a lot of ways. For me, it just, like, kind of addiction type of shit will start popping up. Like, I'll start losing all my good habits with food. I'll start eating fast food all the time and just, not treating my body right. Start having kind of like, you know, depressing thoughts. Just, you know, strong emotions. Yeah, it's hard to describe exactly, but basically what will happen is I'll be, you know, on an upward trajectory, and then, like I said, I'll start losing good habits, start having really limiting thoughts about myself, being depressed, questioning, you know, I don't know, because honestly, I know for a fact that sometimes the universe will throw something at me to test, you know, how much I've learned or not, you know, and a lot of times, here, let's see. An example recently is actually when I was going through this, ego backlash or whatever. It was kind of like part way through a relationship I was in, and also kind of after it had ended, and yeah, it was rough. It's like, I don't know, I almost think I was going too quickly with like the spiritual progress I was making, because it felt like for a while there I had deconstructed so much of who I thought I was that I had no solid ground to stand on anymore. It's like I didn't want to work at my job anymore. The thing that I was passionate about, I was questioning, I guess, the motives for why I was doing that in the first place. And I think why I stopped, well, it was, you know, working out and going to the gym, but I think why I stopped doing it is because I was realizing that my intentions for doing that were not pure and not, you know, helping anyone. And yeah, I was basically just doing it for the wrong reasons, and I had forgotten the reasons that were the really good shit about working out, like, you know, just having better mental health and being healthier in general. It's like I was way too focused on physical, like how my physical body looked, and that was the only reason I was going. And so when I stopped caring about that, you know, I didn't feel like going anymore, and I kind of just stopped giving a shit about how I looked, because it's like I don't even know who I was anymore. Yeah, so left my job, stopped working out, stopped going to school. I was going to school for the wrong reasons. I was going to school because I felt like, it's like I could feel the collective, like, judgment of me not finishing college. And at the time, it's like, it was too much for me to just let it go, even though I didn't want it. It's because I wanted people to be, I wanted people to approve of me. you know? And I wanted to, like, I don't know, I was trying too hard to fit in, you know? And like I said, I didn't know what direction I was going into with, like, a passion and, like, life purpose, so that to, like, have a reason to not be going to school anymore, you know? So basically my entire life is crumbling, and sadly I was in a fucking amazing, well, you know, the relationship had its problems, but I was in a relationship with a really great person who I loved a lot. And I think to them, you know, because they don't see the ups and downs of everything, because they've only known me for so long. It's like they see all this happening and they think, you know, they think the worst. They think I'm just fucking loser, doesn't want to work, doesn't want to go to school, doesn't want to do anything, you know? And I felt like a loser because, like I said, I didn't know what the fuck I was doing here, and I really wanted to. And it's like, I would fucking beg God to just show me what I was supposed to do. So anyways, that combined with, like, the pandemic, that shit added onto that. And yeah, but now looking back, it was fucking necessary for all that shit to fall away from me. Because now I have so much of a clearer vision for myself. I'm not fucking spending all my time at work, you know, working at a place that, you know, technically it's a positive environment. Like, I was serving juices to people, but, you know, it's like I can't do that my whole life. Like, I mean, I could, but it's like I have more to offer than that, you know? So, yeah, I kind of reached a rock bottom when that relationship ended. And then I just started to rebuild after that. Started focusing more on, you know, all the good habits that I had in the past, like meditating, having good nutrition, getting to the gym every day, you know, journaling, introspecting, you know, just questioning the thoughts I have, where they come from, questioning, you know, just why I do the things I do. And it's important to, you know, look within yourself and feel your emotions, think about them. I realized I had a lot of trauma that I was living through, that it's like I knew it was there, but I didn't have a completely clear picture of it until recently. And I think actually once I was able to see the whole thing for what it was, that I was able to finally let it go and come to a place where, you know, I don't want to live my life through trauma. Like, I don't want to fucking create more and more pain for myself because I'm living through my pain body, as Eckhart Tolle would say. Yeah. I keep ranting, but basically my point is, you know, there's always going to be ups and downs. The more that you work on your mind, or work on transcending your mind, transcending your ego, the more that life, or maybe, you know, it's not even a bad thing, the universe is going to test you. Life is going to test you. You know, you may slip back into addictions, negative patterns in your mind, trauma, just all that shit. It's all gonna come up to the surface for you to deal with. And, you know, it might look rough for a while, and you may think that you have lost all the progress that you've made, but that's not the case, you know? It's like the farther that you get pulled down, the more opportunity you have to come out of that and rise up like even further than you did before. Yeah, so I think that's what happened to me recently. I fucking hit the bottom of the barrel. Like I said, didn't have a job, didn't know what the fuck I was doing, barely had any friends, lost the person that I love the most. But you know that it's like it needed to happen because I needed to learn to love myself before anyone else. And honestly, being in a relationship with him really taught me, because I used to look at him and think about how much I loved him, and then it would kind of create this feeling like, oh shit, you know, it's possible for me to love this person so much, like why haven't I been loving myself like that? Yeah, it's making me emotional. Yeah. So, don't get discouraged if you start to backslide, you know? Just, I don't know, sometimes you just gotta go through the storm, and like I said, fucking, the farther you go down, the more that, you know, you're gonna suffer probably, and that suffering is gonna make you remember all the things that you do to rise above that suffering. And the best way to rise above suffering is really just to like I said, just transcend your mind, be conscious, know that you're not your body, you're not your mind, you know, you're basically just a fucking manifestation of love. And when you find that core within yourself of God, like God's in you obviously, and God is love, so you know, when you learn to feel that, you're not gonna need anyone else, and you're gonna feel at peace. So that's my wish for all of you guys. I hope you're having a great day. I don't know if this video is gonna make a lot of sense. I didn't plan it out at all. I just was driving and wanted to film something. Yeah, I'm in my van again. Anyways, yeah, love yourself. Don't give up. It's gonna be so worth it, you know, once you learn to connect with God and with yourself. And yeah, you'll look back on all this shit that might be going on for you and know that there was a higher purpose, and that it made you stronger and gave you more compassion. And yeah. Alright, I love all of you guys. Bye.